are back on Get Up, and in what really is the biggest story going on in sports right now, another domino dropped yesterday in conference realignment as Texas and Oklahoma both formally applied for membership in the SEC starting in 2015, which is when their Big 12 media deals expire. And obviously our Marcus Spears played his career at LSU in the SEC and worked at SEC Network for us forever, so I'm dying to hear his perspective. But it is Heather Dinich who has had this story for us from the very beginning. So with that domino falling yesterday, Heather, you keep telling us all the things that are going to happen, and then they happen that day. What's next? What do we have our eye on as next in this process?
Well, Greeny, these two are almost married to the SEC. We're down to the formality of everyone involved saying, I do. And you know how important that formality is. So on Thursday, sources have said SEC presidents and chancellors will be meeting. A vote is expected, not guaranteed. Remember, they need 11 of the 14 presidents and chancellors to agree to extend an invitation to Oklahoma and Texas. My sources are saying that they have enough support to do that. And then the final piece of the puzzle, again a formality, is Oklahoma and Texas saying, yes, we accept that invitation.
All right, and so you're describing these as formalities, assuming they do go as planned. Let's say they do get the votes from the SEC leadership, and then Texas and Oklahoma do say we're in, which that part of it certainly seems like a lock. What is the timing? We're hearing about 2025. Will it take that long?
I would be surprised, Greeny, if Oklahoma and Texas stay in the Big 12 that long. I mean, relationships are already fractured, and that could be something that they're banking on so that they don't have to pay the $75 to $80 million exit fee to leave early. One source suggested, look, maybe they're hoping that the relationships get so bad the Big 12 says get out of here for less money because we're tired of it. So if they leave early, they do have to pay that fee. They have 18 months notice they have to give according to Big 12 bylaws. I can tell you that one source at an SEC school told me they have a lot of legal work to do before they can just walk over to us by next year. But 2022 is a possibility.
All right, Marcus, you know the dynamics of the Southeastern Conference as well as anybody I know. I haven't heard from you on this. What's your perspective?
Well, the first thing with Heather with the $75 to $80 million, they print money out the ground in Texas and Oklahoma, so they'll be fine paying that fee. Here's the thing, G. I've always called, when I was with the SEC Network, I've always called the SEC the NFL Developmental League. You've heard me say that. And teams know the cachet of playing in the Southeastern Conference. They know how it improves their financials. They know how it improves their recruiting. They know how it improves their profile. That is what this is about. When you look at Texas and OU, those programs carry the Big 12. Let's not kid ourselves. Those have been the brainchilds and the carrier of the Big 12 mantra and the things that they've been able to accomplish with a long, rich history, not only in that conference, but just those schools in particular. So if you want to do it at a higher level, you go to the SEC. That is as simple as it can get. When you look at the SEC in totality, not Alabama. Alabama is dominant. This is a once-in-a-generational run we're seeing a team have. But when you look at that conference and those divisions, you play competition week in and week out. Your profile raises with every win. The college football playoff potentially expanding as well, or expanding. You look at the opportunity to get in based on strength of schedule. You look at the type of football that's being played in that division, in that conference as well. There's a lot of things that are pluses in order to go to the Southeastern Conference. But the one common denominator that I tell people all the time, and this is no disrespect to any other conferences out there in college football, there is nothing in football. I'm talking about the NFL as well. There is nothing like Saturdays in the SEC. Trust me when I say that. Nothing. I got killed in Dallas in my first interview for saying I expected more coming from LSU to Dallas and seeing the fanfare and being a part of the stadium. There is nothing like it, and teams are drawn to that, and Texas and OU understands their positioning if they join the SEC.
And it's all moving in that direction. Very quickly, Heather, let me ask you on another subject, because I think most people believe now the Big 12 will be teetering on the brink of potential non-existence. I also feel like I hear some people wondering about the long-term future of the Pac-12. Is that a legitimate concern?
That's a great question. And I would assume that first-year Commissioner George Kliavkoff has at least reached out to Big Ten Commissioner Kevin Warren to discuss some possibilities of some kind of an alliance, whether it's scheduling or whatever it might be. But I do think that the Pac-12 still has really great schools in it, great programs. But I will tell you this, their pool of candidates is smaller to join because they have such a high bar academically from their presidents and chancellors.
Okay, and with that thought in mind, I know Heather prepared a little look at that conference. They've had trouble sending teams into the playoff. Could this be the year? Here's a look at this year's Pac-12.
The college football playoff has created as much debate for who has been left out as it has for who has gotten in, and the Pac-12 hasn't made the cut since 2016.
I think Oregon won by 40 today. Can you talk about
Oregon won by 40?
What was the 59-20?
I gotta go. We gotta go get ready for that one.
Its reputation has taken a nosedive, and this year isn't looking much better.
If you look at the Pac-12 objectively, there's really only one school. They have not been a serious contender.
According to the Allstate playoff predictor, the Pac-12 has the worst chance of any Power 5 conference to finish in the top 4 this fall. Oregon has an 8% chance to reach the playoff, while every other team is below 1%. The league has good teams, but it needs a great one. If USC resembled anything like the Pete Carroll, Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart days, it wouldn't even be a discussion.
Congratulations to Pete Carroll, his staff, and all of his Southern California Trojans.
The Pac-12 isn't the only one that needs USC back on top. The playoff would benefit from it too. A fresh face in and a familiar face out.
So much history and tradition there. We'll see if they are able to use another school's phrase, wake up the echoes. We will see. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.